Yeah, see, I mean, I was like, well, I watched some of your like softer stuff at first, and then I'm like, oh, she has songs with Pooh Shiesty. Okay, let's see how she sounds with these guys.
Yeah.
And I was a little taken
It's like
aback.
two different.
Yeah.
Damn, I could fit in one side of
He
that.
found a random pair of gym shorts. Those look like they would be big on me. But yeah, so musically, where were you at like when you were younger or when you first started making music? What came first?
I made only R&B music, like singing songs. I didn't always make R&B songs, but I made singing songs.
Okay.
Like I would talk about like the same kind of shit that I rap about, but I would sing about it. And then being signed to Gucci, I just got into rapping.
You weren't rapping before you signed him? He signed you all off the singing?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so
I had
interesting.
out like 4 R&B projects.
Wow, that's so interesting because I don't know if he's ever signed anybody who made that kind of music, right?
No. That's crazy, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So how far had you taken it in terms of pushing your own music career before you got in touch with Gucci? Like how big were you?
I had like, I already had me a little blue check. I had like 200K followers off of me just, building my shit. And yeah, I did well enough to be able to not work no more and just live off of streams. So, I was doing pretty good.
And so how'd you end up getting in touch with Guwap?
Through Jay White. He's a producer from Dallas.
Okay. He hit
Me
Gucci
and
up
him.
about you?
Him and Gucci are like cool. They're real cool or whatever.
Okay.
And Gucci was looking for artists. And me and Jay White had just did like some songs, probably like 4 songs. And he was like, he had like a long conversation with me, like, was I ready to take my music to the next level and take it serious for real and, really do this shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to send your shit to some people. And then like multiple people was interested, like other label tried to sign me at the same time as Gucci. And I was like, Lord, I was stressed. Like he told me that, then he called me back like one day later and he was like, yeah, Gucci want to sign you. He was like, well, how would you feel about signing Gucci? He didn't tell me Gucci want to sign me. He was like, how would you feel about like being signed to Gucci? And I was like, that'd be crazy, like, that'll be raw. I love Gucci.
Had you even thought about signing to another artist or?
No, for real, never. But he said Gucci. And I was always like obsessed with Gucci growing up. So I was like, hell yeah. And I was like, that'll be raw. And then he was like, okay. Like he didn't really make it seem like, it was a thing. And then the next day, Gucci texted my phone. And he was like, this Gucci, you want to sign to 1017? And I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck playing on my damn phone? Wow. Yeah, so I called him. I was like, yeah, all right. I called the number. And it was definitely Gucci. He started talking and I was like, oh, okay.
Wow. I never thought he was going to sign another girl after Asian Doll.
I didn't either, really, because that kind of went haywire. But.
Yeah. But they didn't like publicly beef, right? In that era, there was some other artists that he signed that basically signed, things weren't going that great, and they dissed him, and I never seen anybody get cut faster than that.
Yeah.
He was not playing with that.
Yeah, Gucci don't play that shit.
Right. But so then you go link up with them before you decided to sign, or how did you approach that?
Well, after we had the conversation or whatever, he was like, send me basically your ID and I'm gonna get my lawyer to send you over a contract today. And then they sent me a contract like some hours later. And of course, I had a lawyer to read over the contract, whatever. It took a couple days and then I signed the damn contract. And then I had flew to Atlanta to meet Wafi and I got my damn jury. And then boom. Then I met Gucci in Miami.
And that was the very beginning of the pandemic? When you signed?
Yeah.
How'd you meet him in Miami?
At a studio. That's when I met everybody, like all the artists was there.
Oh, really?
Pooh, Fool.
So this was like prime 1017,
Yeah.
the new 1017, when everybody was still free.
That was like an era. you know?
Right.
Like that was the time.
Yeah. Because that's always the thing that like people say, at least recently, is like, damn, Gucci keeps signing all these fire ass artists, but then a bunch of them just get locked up soon after, or other bad things happen.
But it's like, it's not Gucci fault.
Right.
He sees like, I feel like he be seeing himself in a lot of his artists, you know, and he genuinely fucks with them. So it's like he be wanting to give them a chance, you know, even though odds be against them, you know. So he can't help that, you know.
He's not signing
They
artists.
still tend to get into shit.
He's not signing
they're
artists
young,
who are
so-
all that different from the way he was
Yeah,
when he was young,
you know?
and wild.
So
Actually,
he understand that shit.
from what I've heard, is he was a lot worse during his youth than a lot of
Yeah.
the people he's signed. Like he was just the craziest dude.
a menace.
He's changed a lot, I believe. Yeah. Damn. So what was that energy like, and who did you kind of gravitate towards once you were around everybody?
Scarf.
Yeah.
Like we was like cool as hell off the rip, and then we just started being with each other every day, like out of nowhere.
Really?
And you know,
Because I noticed him in some of your
became our little
videos.
best friendship.
Just
quickly.
kind of, he was just there.
randomly in my videos. Yes,
He wasn't like trying to be
because
all
he
up in
would
the
be
shot.
there,
Yeah.
like for real, at my video shoot with me on some shit, and they'll be like, "Scar, come get in the video,"
Right.
you know, when he was really just there
Right.
supporting.
So is it okay? You're going into that environment. You got all these like hot young rappers. They got cool jewelry. They got money. Rah, rah. You're an attractive young rapper coming into this scenario. Is anybody shooting their shot, or how's that work?
No.
No? You think they just got too much respect for the music relationship?
I feel like, I don't know, like, yeah. And I'm more like, I don't know, like I'm one of the guys, you know. They used to, the boys to always take me to go do crazy shit with them.
Like what?
Like wild shit, you know?
Don't let
Shit
me
that-
don't let me guess some shit.
Some crazy shit. Like I'll go with them to their shows and,
Hey, Enchanting, let's go slide on the ops.
you know, maybe.
Oh my God, you don't want to admit that.
You know, if that was ever the case, you know, they know that I would, you know.
You don't want to do that.
I would.
You're a young lady. Somebody's got to hold the fort down if one of them gets locked up.
Yeah, but
You're just
I'm
like
not
that.
the one
Right.
to hold it down. You gotta get the other girl to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna be with the shits.
All right, so you see it. We just hit 500K. You know what that means? That means you gotta subscribe and get us to 600K because we are dangerously close to 666K. Let's go.